Okay, number 1. The mean amount of change that Betty, Bill, and Susan have in their pockets is 79 cents. What is the total value of the change they have together? Explain. Now it says the mean amount. The mean is also known as the average. So that means that when we add their 3 together and then divide it by 3, we're getting 79 cents. So essentially, Betty plus Bill plus Susan divided by 3 is going to equal 79 cents. Let me make that all a little bit darker. There we go. Now, if we set it up like that, we find that instead of divided by 3, if we want to just get Betty, Bill, and Susan all added together, which is the total value that they're asking for, all we have to do is we have to multiply by 3 to divide it by 3, and we multiply by 3 on the other side too to keep the equation balanced. And what we get is this times 3 is 237. So we find that Betty plus Bill plus Susan equals 79 times 3, which is 237. Glenda rolled 2 6-sided number cubes, so dice, 9 times, and computed the sum of the numbers each time. Now a sum is the result of addition. If the mean sum of Glenda's rolls was 6, what was the total of the 9 sums that Glenda rolled? So this follows along with the same kind of thinking. They're saying that the mean, the average, is 6. So the mean was 6, and she rolled it 9 times. So we add up all of the rolls that she got, and we divide them by 9, which is the number of times that she rolled them. So it's the sum over the number of values the result ends up being 6. They said that's the mean. So whatever the number is, we want the sum, right? We want the total. So you can use the word sum or you can use the word total. The total divided by the number of values, which is 9, is equal to 6. And we're going to do the same thing we did before. Times 9 times 9. That times 9 crosses out with the divided by 9, and we get that the total equals 54. Suppose Glenda's rolls were 12, 7, 3, 10, 9, 2, 11, 7, and 8. What is the median? The median requires you to put them in order. So we'll put them in order, smallest to largest. So let's see, that's 2. I'm going to circle them as I go. 2, 3, 7, 7, 2, 3, 7, 7. Then we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. To find the median, we find the middle number. So let's see. That's the one smallest and biggest, smallest and biggest, smallest and biggest, smallest and biggest. And we find that when we cross out 4 on each side, 8 is the number that's left, 8 is the median. Is the middle number in the ordered set. What is the mean of Glenda's rolls? So what that means is we're going to add all these up. 2 plus 3 plus 7 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12. And then we're going to divide that by how many rolls there are, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can divide that by 9. When we add up the top, we're going to get 5, 12, 19, 27, 36, 46, 57, and 69. So 69 divided by 9. Count it again because it's not an even number. 2, 5, 12, 17, 19 rather. 27, 36, 46. Yep. Yep. Okay. Alright, so 69 divided by 9. That's going to be either an improper fraction, like it is now, or it can be broken into a mixed number. 9 goes into 69 7 times, so 7. 7 times 9 is 63, so that means we have 6 left over. 6 over 9. And we can simplify that fraction. We can make that 7, and if we divide each of these by 3, oh, we can't see that. If we divide by 3, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. And that would be the mean of her rolls. And the mode is the most common, the most frequent. So when we looked at her list of numbers, everything only showed up once except for 7, which showed up twice. So the mode is 7. Whichever number showed up most would be that. Which do you think is the best indicator of a typical roll Glenda made? The mean, median, or mode? The best indicator of a typical roll that Glenda made. Well, that's really debatable. There's no one answer for that. A lot of people would say that typical indicates the mode. It's the most common. It's the thing that shows up the most often. So I would lean towards that. I would say that the mode, because it's the most common result. But that's debatable. There are reasons to be said for both the median and the mean. So I'm just going off of that word typical when I choose the mode. Based on what has been explained in class, that may not be the answer that they're looking for on part 4 on question B. But with all I know, I'm leaning towards the mode being the answer they're looking for. Suppose Glenda rolled a total sum of 60 for her 9 rolls. What is the mean sum for the rolls that Glenda made? The mean sum, so when they say mean, they mean average. And the way that we find the average is we're going to take her total sum of 60, and we're going to divide it by her 9 rolls. 60 divided by 9. 9 goes into 65 times. No, 6 times. Yep, 6 times. And we'll scratch work. 6 times 9 is 54. So that's going to leave us 6 left over between the 54 and the 60. So 6 out of 9. And we can simplify that to 6 2/3. Now, give an example of 9 rolls that Glenda could have made. Explain. What they're asking you to do is just to make up possible answers that would add up to 60. So we can choose anything, really. We can choose any number. I would tend to pick things around the average and just sort of fill it in from there. So if we wanted to, they say the average is 6 2/3. So you might choose something like 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, ooh, messy 7. Right now we have a sum of 13, 20, 27, 34, and remember they have to add up to 60. So we got 34, let's pick maybe a 9, and that puts us at 34, that's 43. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 3 more numbers that'll add up to 17, so it'll all add up to 60. So we can pick like a 10, a 4, and a 3. They didn't say that they had to be in order. We were fine with that. And we could say that the explain part is because the sum of these 9 rolls adds to 60. And these aren't the only answers. You pick any 9 numbers between 2 and 12 that would add up to 60. They'd have to be between 2 and 12 because if you're rolling dice, the least you could get is a 1 and a 1. Oh, that's a terrible die. Whatever. Lowest you get is a 1 and a 1, and the highest you get is a 6 and a 6. So they would have to be numbers between 2 and 12. Next page. Mrs. Wilcox asked each of her students to spin a spinner with 12 equal sections labeled with whole numbers between 1 and 12. That's the same as rolling a die with the 12 sides. So the dot plot shows the results of the student spins. How many students are there in Ms. Wilcox's class? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I agree, 30 students. What is the mean value of the spinner results? In order to find the mean, we are going to have to add all of these numbers up and then divide it by 30. Now that's a little messy. I'm going to pull up a calculator to do that. I can't imagine that Isa would be expected to do this with no calculator. Not because it's impossible, but just because it's a lot of work for a very small payoff. It doesn't really make much sense to do an average of 30 without a calculator. Okay, so here's what they mean. They're saying 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, etc. We're going to do all that, and then we will divide it by 30. So here's what that looks like. 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3, 3, 3 plus 4 plus 2 5s plus 5 6s, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s, 4 7s, 2, 3, 4, 1 8, 2 9s, 3 10s, 10, 10, and 10, 4 11s, plus 12, plus 12. We add all those up, it gets us 210, and then we divide it by 30, and we find that the mean is 7. So that's how that works. Especially with that small amount of workspace, I don't imagine they were expected to do that by hand. That's an incredible amount of work. So we add them all up, we divide by 30, because that's how many numbers there are, and we get 7. The median value of the spinner results, that's not too hard. You're just going to cross out a low and cross out a high, so cross out 1, it's pen a little thicker, okay. Cross out a low, and a high, a low, and a high, low, and a high, a low, and a high, a low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. This, and the two numbers left are both 7s, so the median is 7, which is correct. Which do you think is the better indicator of a typical result of a student's spin in Mrs. Wilcox's class, the median or the mean? Explain your reasoning. Well, the mean and the median are actually the same thing in this case. And either one really could be said. The mean and the median are the same thing, though. Okay, the mean and the median are equal, so both are equally good indicators. If I was forced to pick, it would be the mean, but there's no real reason to pick one over the other, so I would probably just leave it as this. They're equal, so they're both equally good indicators. The students in North Middle School had a contest to see who could save the most money. The mean savings in Ms. Jones' class, 25 students, was the same as the mean savings for the whole school, 300 students. The mean amount was $16. What is the total savings for Ms. Jones' students? Well, their average was 16, and there are 25 of them. So each person saved on average $16 times 25 students. And that is going to equal $250 plus 150 is going to be 400. All right. What is the total savings for the whole school? Explain. In that case, we're going to do $16 times 300 students. And that is going to get us, let us see, 16, 32, 48, $4,800. And your explanation for either one of those would be every student, not donated, saved an average of 16. So to find the total saved, we multiply by how many students, or multiply by the number of students. Okay, I hope that that was helpful. If you have any more questions, of course, feel free to reach out, and I'll be happy to help, happy to explain.